So, as we're now in grade 12, part of school tradition is that grade 12s give handover activities that they will run into the grade 11s. And for me, this included tutoring and debate. But for this reflection, I'll be focusing mainly on the transition from my leadership and Constance to handing it over to the juniors. So debate was a big part of my life at HIS. It was the first thing I did when I came to the school, and I felt really connected to the club. So there was this emotional attachment that made me not really want to quit and give it back to other people because I felt like there was still so much more I could offer. But then at the end of the day, I just didn't have the time to fully, engage myself in the club activities. And handing it over, although it was difficult, I knew that I was handing it over to people that were more than capable of growing the club to new heights. So what happened was, towards the end of my first semester, we did the handover processes, and these were done relatively quickly because we managed to identify a few members in the club who would be able to take over the club and take it to new heights. And we managed to give it over to them. And the last competition we had was actually under their leadership. So they did really well in organizing the tournament, organizing the teams, arranging the payments, and all these other things which made us participate in the South African nationals. And I think that the club has a long way to go in terms of being a sustainable club within the school so that it's not reliant on having leaders, but rather it's a system that people are just brought up into. So I think that only time will tell where the club goes from here because right now I've kind of taken a step back to give the new leaders room to do what they wish with the club. Although I will be taking an overseeing role within the operations of the club, I will, you know, take the opportunity to focus more on my studies. And although this is the end of my debating journey as a student, effectively this is the end for me as a student. But then there's still so much more I can offer even after I graduate, and I plan to come back. And if there's chances for me to come back and whether it's participate in trainings or facilitate something or just be useful around the school, that's the next step for me. But it was a fun ride, and I really enjoyed being engaged in this club.